faithfully, to serve with excellence. That is kingdom, that is service. So understand that we are saved to serve, not to be served. The reason why God has created us or saved us is because he wants us to serve him. And serving God is different from being in church like you and I, we are here now. At the end of today's meeting, I just want us to answer this question. Why am I in this kingdom? We are saved by grace. But after our being saved, God expects us to render services for him in the kingdom. What is a kingdom? A kingdom is a place that is ruled and dominated by a queen, by a king. Whether it is in the water, whether it is under the earth, whether it's in the air, as long as it is dominated and ruled by a king, we call it a kingdom. So, Jesus is the king of the kingdom of God that has been established on earth, in which you and I, we are part of it. So, kingdom service is that service that you do in the kingdom of God. It's that service that you do in the house of God. That's kingdom service. The service you do, you render in the kingdom of God. The service you do or you render in the house of God, we call them kingdom service. Maybe yesterday or overnight, some of us were at our job place. We worked, render services to our companies that is paying us wages or salaries. That's the service you render there. What service are you rendering in the kingdom? That is the answer that's the question that at the end of today's meeting, we should be able to provide an answer for. God, what service am I rendering in the kingdom? Remember, service is the ability to be useful, putting something to use and in proper use. Many things are put in use but not in the proper manner. And trust me, God is not a user of man. No, he rewards those who serve. Remember that our labor in the kingdom is not in vain, but it will be rewarded. And that's one good thing about him. Everyone who renders services for him, he always rewards. We are here for blessing. That's why our service today is to receive the blessing. But God rewards those who serve. Every labor in the kingdom has wage. You cannot ask your company to pay you when you did not labor, you did not work. What you put in, at the end of the day or at the end of the week, they calculate your hours and they tell you put in 40 hours, you will be paid for 40 hours. In the kingdom, our labor, we call it laborers. Not just workers, but people who labor. People who identify areas of service in the kingdom and render that service. Not to be noticed, not to be seen by men, but to be noticed by God, because the service is for God. What gives you joy? Since you are safe, what gives you joy? What is that thing that once you do for God in the kingdom, it gives you joy? What is that thing that you do? You have it on top of your calendar, that this is the thing I do as a Christian in my church or in the kingdom. That you have it. You have your job schedule. Everyone has a job schedule. Everyone has a calendar. Maybe soft copy, maybe hard copy. On that calendar, do you have kingdom service as well? If not, my message today, add it there. We coming from a local church. That church where you are, what are you doing there?